back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We have got some serious tournament action. It is TvT style. Wendy is joining me here tonight. We are having a good old time. We only spent 49 minutes in that last game, by the way.
Only 49 minutes, and probably only soaked up about 10 gigs of hard drive space for you. That's what you get for recording it.
More than that. Here, I'll tell you how much it was in just a second. Hold on.
You say it was a WMV file, right?
No, it was 45.7 gigabytes.
What?
Yeah, 45.7
That's the most
gigabytes.
pure file of video ever.
Yeah, it's like I think it's a lossless AVI or something like that. I can't remember.
AVI, that's what it was.
But yeah, great game in game number 1. Sc2showing that he will not be pushed around in his favorite tournament. That is ALT-Stracraft's Open Arena. He does not like to have newcomers dealing so much damage to him. He can't. It's so interesting to me, Wendy. I must mention real quick that Spades controlled that game for so very long. For so very long. I mean, Sc2came out punching right at the get-go and did a great job, I think, putting some early pressure on him.
Yeah, to think, that's exactly what I was going to say. It's like, to think that game was almost over in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah. Oh,
and it went on to be a 50-minute game.
Yeah. Oh, it's unbelievable. I'm just so pleased to in game 2 and to be in a best of 5.
I think we have a proxy coming out, sir. Look at the middle of the map. The Sc2, there's no. Yep.
Oh, we do.
Goes in the barracks, and it was gas first too. So I think he's going ahead and proxy some reactor Hellions, and
wouldn't that be fun? And it's
this
so
could be
interesting.
good.
The center of the map very rarely gets scouted, so he's taking a risk. He's hoping that his opponent is not in the in the top left position. That is going to be the most likely position for this to get scouted first. Because that guy will come through the center of the map and he'll just barely squeak by, maybe, to see it. But
I think Spades has an idea. He's just going to go ahead and scout right through the middle, maybe proxy of his own. But once he sees his opponent's going down, he is in great position. He now sees it, and oh man, gigs up for Sc2. This SCV is going to come over and start attacking that worker, which is really difficult to deal with when you have somebody a unit out in the middle of the map like that. There's nothing to defend that SCV from building. So that first Marine will be pop out, but I think that'll be the end of it. And that's why we have to be so careful as a Terran player, because if you go to proxy and you don't have a second SCV there to help out your other SCV if it gets spotted and maybe go forward with some aggressive push, you can get into a lot of trouble. And he will scout his opponent, seeing that these Marines are here. Probably can postulate that his opponent has spawned in that location. But this is bad news for Sc2. This is a lot of lost building time. He's going to go ahead and lift up his barracks. These 2 Marines are going to come out. If Sc2 isn't careful, he may lose his barracks.
Yeah, I mean,
I've seen 2 Marines take out a barracks before.
They're going to wail away on it. Now, he does have 2 Marines of his own. He should send these guys out to the center of the map and go ahead and try and salvage, try and pick off one of these Marines while they're attacking that barracks. That will definitely save it. It looks like it's going to make it there regardless, but, there's things that he can do. It looks like I think he just realized that this is going to make it in time, I guess, but he's got his factory about to be complete. He's got his starport going down, and he's going to transition, I assume, into Cloaked Banshees because he's got double gas gone down already, and basically at this point he's got to do something that requires micro. Cloaked Banshees, a phenomenal choice here.
Oh, absolutely. He's doing what he can to get back into this. He's not down and out, but he's definitely at a deficit compared to his opponent, who's actually preparing. I think he might be either preparing for expansion or maybe faking it, kind of juke his opponent out by doing this, which I do have to think is a smart decision. Because Sc2's going to come up, see that bunker, like, okay, he's expanded. Right. I'm going to go home. My Banshee play is going to do great now. Right. Whereas Spades, in fact, is going for Cloaked Banshees of his own, I think.
Yes,
yeah, there he goes. Go ahead and lift up that starport onto that tech lab just to get Cloak with it.
And notice that Sc2is going to be behind on his starport here. Does not have the tech lab quite complete. The tech lab and starport.
Oh, going for a Raven.
Ooh, smart play there. So Raven is a great. So what he's doing is playing this super safe, don't you think? And
oh, absolutely. Ravens are great.
Thing to do. It's a great thing to do in a tournament setting, and he's down 1 game. This is great decision making from Spades.
No, he's definitely. He said he was confident, and now I'm seeing why. He's a very good player. You're like, he's right on the button. He knows every decision he makes is intentional. He's not just trying to guess. The Raven doubles for 2 reasons. It's a harassment unit, and it's a detecting unit. Yep. If he can detect the Banshees, all he needs now is Marines. He doesn't have to make a Viking. He doesn't have to, and he can actually get a Viking with his Raven, and he actually has one queued up, which is even smarter. Because now, guess what? Banshees are useless. Cloak or no cloak. they can't do a single thing with that Raven out. It's amazing how good the Raven is in TvT, and it's terrible that we only see it in this matchup.
Right.
I very, very rarely do you ever see it in any other matchup. And I think it's one of the best units in the game. It's also one of the coolest looking units.
It is.
Looks like...
I mean, you see it on occasion versus Protoss, with a 1-1-1 push. That's a smart play, and they try and use it to get a 1-point defense drone out, which is good, but that's kind of like a rush to point defense drone type thing.
And here comes the Banshee.
It doesn't have as much usefulness, I guess, in that sense. But yeah, I mean, this attack is not going to go well for Sc2.
Yep, and Spades reacting before that Banshee, letting that Banshee only get one shot, and it looks like I think Spades actually went ahead and canceled Cloak upon seeing the Ravens, Sc2 went ahead and canceled Cloak.
Yep.
And smart decision there. I have to say, that Cloak was pretty close to being done. He kind of realized, like, okay, Cloak is getting useless. Might as well get my money back. Lost time, no big deal. Lost money is more important.
And then you go straight into a Raven production of his own. So smart play here from Sc2. Obviously, great players here on both sides of this one. Sc2, though, is definitely behind. He's got room to make up in this game. His early pressure, not working out. His second pressure, not working out.
What do you make of this? What do you think of his mech play? He's gotten 2 factories down, one cranking out Hellions like crazy with Blue Flame about 50% done. Has a third factory on the way, and then it looks like an additional starport. He's going to heavy mech play. What's your feelings on this?
I think it's too late. Honestly, I think he needed to go. He sort of had to go extra Marines here to be able to hold on. He's going to have a lot of Hellions now out on the field. These guys are going to do almost 0 damage to this army because there's enough tanks in this army. And 3 tanks right now? Yeah, see, I just think that basically Sc2's army is completely hard countered at this point. He's just not going to do well if this attack does come from Spades. And I assume it's going to. He's on 2 solid base. He's got almost no reason to not push forward here. And here he goes. He's moving.
Yep, here he goes, and Siege Mode has finished. Marines don't have any upgrades, so no Stim or Siege Mode, but that Raven's going to be able to soak up a lot of damage if he throws out a point defense drone, so that Viking and Raven will stick around for a while. He'll also be able to throw auto turrets, and here goes Spades, letting Siege his expansions, going to force the lift on that Viking will be able to do a few more pot shots on it, and these Hellions are going to basically be useless with those the tanks out there. Now, what Sc2could choose to do, if he was feeling so risky, is skirt all the way around the map and come back into his opponent's base. But look at that, Spades has walled off.
Right. So smart.
And, yeah, when you're playing as a Terran player against a meching Terran and you're going for bio, smartest decision you can do is play him like a Zerg player. Because guess what? Those Hellions are incredibly mobile, and they will do like the Zergling run-by type thing. And here comes the Hellions skirting in. Not going to matter. Siege tanks are already deployed. And I think Spades has this game won already. He's got this... Oh, there's 2 Thors out for Sc2, though. I don't know if you knew.
Yeah, I still don't think it's going to be enough. I mean, look how many Marines he's got. He's not going to.
Yeah, Marines are great against Thors. They do actually snipe off the Raven, which is pretty significant, considering that I think it had full energy. I don't even think three auto turrets had gone down, so it was actually low, depleted of energy. Not that big of a loss, all things considered. Right. But now Astasian's pinned back to his base, and he has nothing that can break the siege lines. 4 siege tanks out plus about 15 Marines with Stim, about 75% done.
Yeah, such nice play from Spades. I mean, look at this now moving forward. I think that we're going to see a GG from Sc2. Here's his last-ditch effort. He is going to try and hold this off. He's got 2 more tanks out on the field, and this is it. This is go time.
Now, Spades knows that even if he loses his force, no big deal. Sc2 sacked all his SCVs. His economy is destroyed. Yeah. So all he has to do is just hold the final push from his Sc2, and he's fine. Game 1, no concern. Has 2 siege tanks as well as a bunker back home and a wall off, so it's not even like the Hellions could get in and do damage. And I would not be surprised if he went ahead and raised the supply depots relatively soon, just because he's going to expect it. And here it comes from Sc2. It's 8 workers to 50.
Yeah.
And now Spades just has to play smart. He cannot be overzealous here, and he'll be just fine. Even taking, looks like almost like a ninja expansion. Really, you wouldn't expect it to go down here, but smart play considering how immobile the mech can be with those Thors and tanks.
Yeah.
And here goes Spades getting damage done to there, and GG coming out of Sc2, and it's now 1-1. Good sir.
Beautifully done, man. This is going to be a great series. I'm super pumped for this one. Game 3 will be coming at us here in just a few moments, Windy. Do you think we've got time for another game from these guys?
Oh, yeah.
You sure?
I definitely do.
All right, let's do it.